At the beginning of the movie, a hostile alien race invades Earth in 2018, sending millions of captive humans as slaves to other planets for mining. The humans that are left on Earth have tracking chips implanted in them, and the aliens position giant alien robots arbitrarily in the cities to ensure law and order. A year later, Chicago is placed under martial law due to the extraterrestrial attacks on most of the big cities around the world. The Drummond family is seen trying to escape through the heavily scrutinized streets of Chicago, but since all exits are blocked, their efforts seem futile. When a police officer tries to stop them at a checkpoint, Mr. Drummond hits the gas and breaks through the barricade. They manage to enter an exit tunnel, but suddenly the father realizes that the tunnel is blocked by aliens. His wife screams at him to turn around, but he freezes, and suddenly a pulse vaporizes the parents right in front of their sons, Gabriel and Rafe. As the boys look on in horror, a strange alien entity crawls on the windshield, turning into a mass of projectile spikes. After a period of 9 years, the aliens completely take over Earth, and the humans surrender without a fight to avoid extinction. The aliens, now the legislators, make all the rules and laws, and the humans work under their governance. With the human race's capitulation, the aliens restore all the vital operations, such as power production. Through the years, the aliens have made the humans build underground habitats called the closed zones, which are suitable living spaces for the aliens, with access strictly granted to high-ranking human officials. Eventually, the aliens' invasion of Earth for the extraction and transportation of its resources causes a huge disparity in society. The rich become richer as they work for the aliens, whereas the poor struggle to survive, with no access to healthcare and education. On top of it, police corruption hits a new high, and they begin the deportation of undesirable humans to other planets. The aliens cut off all communication lines, so people in one city have no idea what life looks like outside of their area. Despite these horrible circumstances, like-minded people unite and form the Phoenix Resistance, planning to destroy the closed zone in Chicago. But unfortunately, the rebels are neutralized. Though the government has announced that all the rebels have been annihilated, some people believe otherwise. 9 years after the failed uprising, the police are carrying out their usual surveillance. Everyone is heavily scrutinized, especially any individual who raises the slightest suspicion. Chicago Police Special Branch Commander William Mulligan has a special interest in the recordings of Gabriel Drummond, whose brother, Rafe Drummond, was eliminated in the failed uprising and hailed a hero of the resistance posthumously. In his apartment in the shabby neighborhood of Pilsen, Gabriel carries on his daily activities and wakes his girlfriend, showing her a picture of the other side of the lake, an area now prohibited. Rula asks him to forget his dream, since she believes it will only cause Gabriel more heartache. A few moments later, Gabriel leaves to meet a friend who has arranged and repaired a boat for him. He wishes to accompany Gabriel when he sails out of the city later, but Gabriel warns him against it, since he is always under heavy surveillance. On the other hand, Detective Mulligan notices an ad in the newspaper regarding the Phoenix fire suppression system. Shortly after, he goes to see his old friend Jane Doe, who now runs a brothel in Pilsen. Before he enters the building, he sees the logo of the Phoenix and also notices the police chief. Once inside, Jane greets Mulligan warmly and hands him a gift box. Mulligan heads back to the police station, and we learn that he is convinced the Phoenix Group still exists and is preparing something for the New World Masters. However, his partner dismisses Mulligan's theory, as he believes that no one could have survived the last purge against the resistance members. Meanwhile, 2 Phoenix members meet secretly at the subway, as the Phoenix ad in the newspaper is a cryptic call for battle readiness from their leader, whom they call Number 1. They have uncovered an entrance into the closed zone through a nearby stadium, and soon there will be a unity festival attended by high-ranking aliens, giving them the perfect opportunity to execute their plan. In the next scene, Gabriel goes to his office the next day, and after passing through the recognition system, he heads to his desk. He works in a data restoration center where he analyzes thousands of videos every day, along with internet browser history requests. All the information that he collects is then sent to a central information server, after which he destroys all the phones and carriers. Later that evening, a co-worker hands over a rolled cigarette containing an unknown substance to Gabriel, who tucks it behind his ear. When the workers exit, 2 guards appear and apprehend a woman from the crowd. In the distance, Gabriel notices the alien transport ship taking exiled humans as slaves for mining on other planets. Disappointed, Gabriel heads to the boat and meets his friend Jurgis, but is appalled at the sight of a weapon in his hand. He warns Jurgis that if anyone finds out, they will be instantly eliminated. Before the guys can sort it out, they are interrupted by Mulligan, who asks Gabriel to join him in the car. As it happens, happens, Mulligan was partnered with Gabriel's father, and he asks Gabriel not to make the same mistakes as his elder brother Rafe. He asks about the Phoenix, but Gabriel does not give him any information, so eventually Mulligan leaves. In the next scene, Gabriel heads to the location where he is supposed to deliver the rolled cigarette to a Phoenix member. However, things take a turn when the said member hurls him into his van and puts a jammer collar on Gabriel, blocking his tracker's signal. Then he drives him to the destroyed neighborhood of Wicker Park and drops him in one of the buildings. Gabriel cannot believe his eyes when he sees his brother, in the flesh, standing behind him. The brothers embrace, and Rafe tells him that he is the lone survivor of his group and the leader of the resistance. He takes the cigarette from Gabriel, who learns it contains information for Rafe. The elder brother hands Gabriel some money and asks him to leave, as Phoenix intends to attack the forthcoming Unity rally. Gabriel argues against it, trying to change his mind, but Rafe believes that as long as there is a chance to fight, they should never give up. In the next scene, Gabriel heads to his apartment and starts packing frantically. Rula tries to stop him, even after seeing the cash, because she does not want them apprehended as accomplices. Unbeknownst to them, Mulligan is already listening closely to their argument. Moments later, Gabriel leaves alone, but he runs into Mulligan, who had been following him. Gabriel runs through the streets and hides in secret underground passages. On the other hand, Rafe uses his carrier pigeon to share the information with a Phoenix member, who shares it until it reaches a secret IP center. When they enter the codes, the screen shows the high-ranking human official who will have access to the closed zone on the day of the United Rally. Moving on, the newspapers publish another ad from the Phoenix, and all members prepare for battle, which includes getting their trackers surgically removed by a doctor who's part of the resistance. Next, he switches them with trackers from deceased law-abiding citizens, ensuring that the members are not tagged and captured by the law enforcement agencies. Moving on, a Phoenix member serving as a priest meets with Rafe, and together they meet an arms dealer to acquire invisible explosive material from a girl who extracted it from a crashed alien ship. When attached to organic hair or skin, it won't be scanned by detectors. Later, the Phoenix members assemble, and the leader gives them all new microchips while showing them a photo of their target. At the end of the meeting, he hands them all cyanide pills to avoid being captured by the aliens. The group disperses and merges in the crowd as they enter the festival. On their way, they locate the target, and Rafe coyly attaches the invisible extraterrestrial explosive to the official's back. Unknowingly, the official walks into the tunnel and explodes along with the aliens. The city is instantly put in lockdown, and all security forces are summoned to find the attackers. Angered by the attack, the aliens bring extraterrestrial hunters to find Rafe and his accomplices, Anita and Daniel. Anita kills one of the hunter aliens, but is annihilated instantly by the pulse beam, and Daniel ingests the cyanide pill, but Rafe is shot and caught by Mulligan before he can ingest his cyanide pill. A few moments later, the furious legislators decide that they want the city destroyed as it harbors the rebels. When Mulligan learns this, he persuades the police chief to buy some time from the aliens, as he needs to find the perpetrators. However, the chief snubs him since the decision is already made. On the other hand, the police carry out extensive raids, and Gabriel is taken into custody. Mulligan shows him how they are torturing Rafe so he can give up information about the number one. Gabriel gives in, and Mulligan convinces him to send the message through Phoenix members to get in touch with number one. Gabriel meets the surviving Phoenix members and claims he knows his way into the closed zone, so the members let him meet their leader. To his surprise, it's Jane Doe, Mulligan's friend, who runs the brothel. She acknowledges him by his name, which leaves Gabriel confused. Just then, the police break in and kill Jane Doe. As it happens, Jane had bugged her entire house to record her conversations with the police officials she entertained, so she could gather classified information. In the next scene, Mulligan presents his report to the legislators, where he reveals that Jane Doe was a history teacher before the invasion, after which she changed her profession to glean information. The tapes from Doe's brothel reveal that Police Chief Eugene Igo disclosed sensitive information about the aliens' presence at the Unity Festival, which helped the Phoenix curate the attack. Since the Chicago threat is now neutralized, Mulligan is promoted to acting commissioner, whereas Chief Igo, along with Rafe and other captured rebels, are deported off-world. In the next scene, Mulligan secretly meets Gabriel, who is shattered that Rafe's plan did not work. Mulligan hints that maybe it was part of the entire plan. He retrieves a memory card from an old Blueberry phone in the gift box Jane Doe handed to him in the beginning and gives it to Gabriel. The next day at work, Gabriel reviews the contents of the memory card, including his own baby shower. He learns that Jane Doe and Mulligan were good friends of his mother, and at the end, Mulligan gives him a message to carry on the torch of the Phoenix resistance. On the other hand, Mulligan is cleared to meet the aliens in their habitat and arrives at the Earth Control Center. As he gears up and descends to the spaceship, the same invisible explosive material envelops him, depicting that he was a member of the Resistance all along, and Rafe's plan had failed just as they had planned, so he could earn the aliens' trust and deliver a fatal blow inside the alien base. This is where the movie ends, and during the credits roll, a map shows that the plan worked and the Chicago zone was destroyed. The communication ban was lifted, and protests all across the globe indicated that the humans were all ignited to wage a war against their extraterrestrial oppressors. And with that, the movie ends. We hope you enjoyed our recap. Watch the next videos on the screen and don't forget to subscribe for more amazing recaps. See you in the next one.